Moi, my name is Jana and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories. Episode number 87. Welcome or welcome back. I'm here in my craft room in southern Finland on a very, very gloomy and overcast Friday. But the good news, it's not wet anymore outside. We have frost. The temperatures dropped. It's a nice frosty day, but we don't have any sun and I've been waiting for some light to come up. It's already quite late morning, almost midday, so I'm here. I have a day off because kids are on autumn break. Our son is playing in the basement on a computer with a friend, and hubby took the little one outside for a bit of airing. She needs change of scenery. So I have a very small moment to sit down here with you and let's talk about knitting. I have 2 finished objects today, both knit and several whips. Let's start with finished objects. Let's start from the smaller one, which is right here. I finished my Hobbit socks. Now everything is Hobbit. Somebody said these are my Hobbit socks and I agree. I finished my Kyra socks by Miss Evil Knits. The pattern is not on Ravelry. It's not a written down pattern. It can be found on her blog, which I will link down below. I forgot to mention where you can find me, but you probably already know, and everything else is in the description box down below. So Kyra socks. The pattern is a video pattern in I think 3 parts. It's on YouTube, but it can only be accessed through her blog. I will link it there, and it's a toe-up construction. It's knit in Nutiden. You can use whatever yarn you want. I knit mine in Nutiden held double, and I used a variety of scraps. You can see they are not same. I was not aiming for them to be the same, but I just used the same colors and just changed the yarns randomly. So it's a toe-up construction with a very interesting heel and gusset, and I can tell you that the fit is very successful. It fits me like a glove. This sock fits like a glove. Yeah. Well, it fits like a good fitting sock, and they are very cozy. I haven't worn them yet. I just wore them one evening on a sofa. I didn't walk in them. That I would show them to you in a pristine condition before it gets a lot of dog hair and So did I do any modifications? I think I did just one teeny little modification. I used a jogless garter in the round. I'm not sure if there are any tutorials for exactly that method. I'm not sure where I learned it, but I know I've been knitting it like that for about 15 or 20 years. Yeah, time before like YouTube videos and such. There is my jog. Can you see? Not really, right? On the inside you can see it a little bit. That's the inside. Here it is, but I have my own little trick. Should I make a video about that? Are you interested? Let me know if you're interested. I could make a little video of it, because I often knit very simple cowls just for my husband to wear outside when he's doing like yard work and carrying wood and stuff. Not with fancy yarn, just something to keep him warm, and I usually knit them in a round in garter, where you knit one round, purl one round, and then I use this jogless garter method. I don't know. I'm not sure it has a name because it's just something I do. Something I do. So yes, that's the only modification, because in the original pattern you can see the line where you switch at the beginning of the round, and otherwise these are lovely. And after a while of wearing these, I will definitely let you know how well they last. I think they will. I'm pretty sure they will last well. Just you need to knit tight, and yeah, I will keep you posted on the wear and tear. Okay, that's my first finished object. Look how funky that heel is, but it fits very well. I have high instep and these fit incredibly well. I usually don't knit the toe-up socks because they don't fit well on me. On me personally, but these do and I love them. Okay, I have one more finished object. It's a bit bigger than socks, and if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen it already because I posted pictures on Thursday, which was yesterday. You're probably watching it on Saturday and onwards because it takes a while to edit and upload and all of that stuff. And my lovely patrons get an early access, like 24 hours before this is on YouTube. But in case you haven't seen, or if you have seen and you want to hear more about it, I finished my pressed flowers shawl by Amy Christophers, also known as Savory Knitting. I'm happy and I'm a bit sad at the same time. I know I have said this before, but it's an emotional one. It's a special one because it's all done by me from beginning to end. The colorful yarn is my own hand spun, and I also dyed the braid myself. And the other yarn is my hand dyed yarn, and the pattern calls for thicker yarn, but I knit mine in a fingering weight. The darker one is a color No Cream, No Sugar, and it's on my cashmere nylon merino blend. And I used 120 grams for mine of the main color and 160 grams of the contrast, because contrast was plumper. It was probably more of a sport weight, what I estimated. So you can play around, but I think it's nice if the contrast is a bit thicker, then the flower pops out more. Because if contrast one would be thinner, the flower would be like sucked into your main yarn. I hope you get what I'm saying. Anyways, mine is probably different size. If I remember right, I had 12 flower repeats plus a border. I just kept going until I was happy with the size, and my wingspan ended up to be 2 meters even, 200 centimeters even is the wingspan, which gives me a very nice and wearable shawl. That's around the size I like, because like I'll put it on. See, I can put it on and there are good tails hanging over that it won't slip off. And then I'll just arrange it and look how nice it is. It goes so well with my outfit and it works with everything, I think. I just love it. Look. I'm a happy camper. I will also insert some footage at the end because we took a video bit with my husband when we took pictures in the nearby forest. And I love it. I love it. I'm very happy with it. It was really joy and love in every single stitch, and I definitely want to knit something else from the Pressed Flowers series. I know I have socks going, but I mean something bigger. Or maybe a cowl. I might have just enough yarn for a cowl left, maybe for Sophia. I bet she would love it, but the dark one is a bit dark. Oh well, you can't see the dirt then. It's good. Kids, they play in the mud. But I want to cast on a sweater or a cardigan, and I know that my friend Taya also wants to join me, so maybe we could knit it together. I'm leaning more towards a cardigan, probably. I don't know. Well, yeah. Look at all the color changes. Look. There are all the colors in the shawl, like really all the colors, except maybe for black. There is no black in the shawl. There was a teeny bit of white somewhere, like a couple of stitches of white, I noticed. I can't find them now, but... And I can show you the wrong side. I think it also looks pretty good. Like, lovely. That's the wrong side. Here you can see the color change better because it's all there. And I did the very simple border, just a garter border according to the pattern. And then I used the stretchy bind off to finish it off because I I don't like when shawls have stiff bind off. I want them to be nice and drapey, and I just love this one. I'm very, very happy. And it doesn't weigh a lot. What's it weight? 160 plus 120. Yeah. So, not much. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's put it here that it's nice to look at. What I'm wearing today, I'm a bit boring today because I'm wearing almost same outfit as last time. It's my Hobbit cardigan because it's just so cozy and I don't want to take it off, and I have been wearing it every day at home for this past week. I don't want to take it off. It's the best thing ever. The pattern is modern, my Hobbit wrapper. Modern wrapper by Church Mouse Yarns and Tees. Yes. But I talked about it in my previous episode, and thank you so much for all the lovely alternative suggestions, because I am looking for an alternative. I would like to knit something else in a similar style. It's covered, it has a bit of dog fur on. The dog is shedding, sorry. But today you can see it with a different dress, that it goes with many different outfits. Look, I have this kind of long sleeve linen dress today on, and this one is by Not Perfect Linen, a Lithuanian company run by a lovely lady, and lovely women work there, and they make all the dresses by hand and with alterations. And anyway, yes, I love their stuff. And then I have a matching, what do I have? Linen earrings. These, I think my mama got me these. There is a bit of amber and there, you can see it better. And linen, long linen threads. Nothing fancy. They were not expensive. They were from a craft market, but I really love them because they feel nice and warm. Amber and linen, my favorite things, and wool. Yeah, those are all my finished objects for today, and we already talked about my outfit. And what else? It's gonna be a short episode, I think. I always say that, and then it ends up like 40 minutes to an hour, and then yeah, not really that short. But okay, I'm a bit in a time crunch because we're planning to go to the city with the kids after this. Let's talk a bit about whips, maybe. It's not gonna be short because I'm already skipping to dream knitting, but I still haven't talked about my whips. You can see my brain has been resting, and it's not good because I'm not sharp. I'm all over the place. It's in a rest mode. Almost forgot to talk about whips. I was already ready to wrap it up. Okay. Whips. Very important whips. Let's start with the big and probably the most exciting one, which is the Mystery Knit Along. The final clue was released yesterday. That means that October is almost over. It went by just like whoosh. I don't know what happened. Why? Why? I will show you my finished clue 3. I finished it just on Wednesday evening, and it was a drag. Don't get me wrong, it's very pretty. I really love how it looks. I love the texture. I did not like knitting it at all, especially that once you're done with one side, it wasn't even a lot of knitting. Like, I think it was very manageable. I was just doing everything else in between and procrastinating and trying to avoid working on it because it was just... I messed up like 3 times. I'll show you the clue. Remember that one with that. Now you will see also the 4th clue. If you don't want to see... Yes, spoilers, blah, 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 you know. Skip ahead. Okay, that's the clue 3 right here. These wings, these textured wings. Now it's blowing out again. And everything is dropping. Oops. Okay, 2 of those. We need 2 of those to get back to kind of a triangular shape. I'll show you how it looks now. Try to fold clue 4 in. Okay, Yeah, and I messed up like 3 times. First, I was knitting too much with one of the colors. The second time, I skipped one of my colors. And the third time, I had the slipped stitches on the wrong side. But that was an easy fix. I just flipped them over on an next row. Well, yeah, but I love the texture of it. I love the look of it, and I have to tell you, this is very retro, very retro. But I think I'm loving it. I love the vibe, yeah. And some people have already finished. I don't know how or when, because it just came out yesterday. When I noticed, it was already over midday when the email bleeped. I was at home and then I didn't really have much time to knit, but I did start on the border because we are having a border. It still feels kind of short. I tried it on and the tails were very short. I don't know how much bigger border do I need to make that it would be comfortable to wear. Because once I have ended up with a too short shawl and there was no way to make it bigger. It was a mystery shawl, not by Stephen West. It was last year or one before. And I don't wear it because it's just too short. It doesn't go. I have like these small tails when I wrap it around. Or then I need to wear it around my shoulders. But that's, again, very limiting. Anyways, yes. Clue 3 was nice looking but not fun to work with on for me personally. Clue 4 is nice looking and I'm really enjoying the knitting. I understand why Steven said that's his favorite clue, because it's probably also my favorite clue out of all 4. I'll show you the beginning of mine. We are doing this dip stitch. Look at that. In a gradient. Look at that. Oh my. That is so exciting. And yeah, what I realized about myself in this knit along, that I do not enjoy knitting like 2 symmetrical bits. If it would be one piece, I would be fine if we would be going this way, but making one wing and then making same thing on the other side was not exciting. And I think I had same problem last year because it was same construction. We were making one side and then exactly same thing but mirrored on the other side. And I don't like it. Because I like triangular shawls. I like a crescent shawls, the one that you knit like long back and forward. I love Vertices Unite. It's my absolutely favorite shawl. But it's a modular shawl. You knit those little bits, but they are not repetitive. You don't go and do the same thing on the other side. And even though I enjoy the look of a symmetrical shawl, I don't enjoy knitting it like this when the wings come separately. I was having hard times getting through the other wing. Yeah, as I already said, there wasn't a lot of knitting, but somehow just no. So the border I'm enjoying very much because it's coming all the way around. Now it's on the needles and it has stoppers and I haven't worked much on it, but there you can see. I'll try to show you the whole picture. There. And I think I just have to add the fringe. I would love to add tiny pom-poms, but I think my colors are not right for tiny pom-poms because this is more of a spring-summer vibe, and then pom-poms don't really go. But I think we need a fringe. But bigger fringe than what Stephen had. Definitely bigger fringe because Stephen had this teeny tiny fringe. It's like a mustache on a teenage boy, and I don't like that. It was, I wanted longer. I wanted like a, I don't know, boho. And because if we're going 70s and 80s, because this is probably like strong 70 vibe, or like early 80s, my childhood, like 80s and yeah. We need a fringe, right? And because the shape is also very retro, and I love it. And I think the granny square was very successful because it breaks it up with this knit part. I think mine is very well balanced. It's not a massive, like a heavy square. It's not a too holy, like with holes. I think this is very well balanced and it flows so well. And did you see Steven has his own version with a granny square? I love it. His colors are even more retro. Mine are not very retro. My colors are not retro because I'm mixing neons in. But yeah, it's like a neon retro, modern retro. Now neons can also be retro, that depends. But I don't know. I love it. So far I love it. And I know I'm gonna love the finished piece. And I think I even have some things that, some dresses that might go with it. In summer and spring, these are not very wintry colors for me. But definitely I will wear it next year. Okay, I will put this one back in the bag. And I still have a good amount of yarn left. So I will see how much of a border I can get out of it. Next color is the poppy that's coming in, but these are good chunks of yarn. I don't know, maybe like 20 grams at least. No, definitely more. Maybe 30 grams of each so far. I think I will do the board, like a bind off with this one. Just to make it pop. It actually depends what do I do. I need to measure how much yarn does that dip stitch repeat takes. I will need to remember to put this on a scale. Yes, I think I might even be able to finish it during the weekend. Now that depends if we are going somewhere. We are going away on tomorrow for a short moment, but anyways. I don't know. See, my brain is not fully on because resting, I don't know how to rest. I'm very bad at it. So I have been knitting a couple of other things. I won't show you my vervel. I have worked on a sleeve, but I have not yet got to the color work and I'm turning it into a dress. But about that later, probably next time. I will show you one not very exciting knit. You're wondering, what is that? What are you making, woman? I was organizing this room a little bit. It's still a horrible mess because I pulled things out. And I found a stash of Drops Snow. It used to be Eskimo, now it's called Snow. This one still had old label. And I had a started scarf in this yellow, and then I found a bunch of scraps because I used to knit hats with it. I was selling them for a while, and then I was knitting them for charity and all kind of things because they are quick and easy. And like with 2 balls of yarn you can get a decent hat, and it's wool. And if you make it dense, it's nice and warm in summer. Well, hello. In winter. So, yeah, what I'm knitting, you ask. It's gonna be a seating pad, the thing you take outside when you, for example, go to walk in the forest or camping or somewhere else. It's just a garter, and I'm gonna felt it. This is gonna be felted in the washing machine. That's the original plan. I'm not quite sure how big I need to make it because I'm not sure about the shrinkage percent. Like, how much is this gonna shrink? So I just cast on 50 stitches on these giant 10mm US 15 needles, and I'm just doing a garter. I'm doing a garter, and I don't know how. Whenever I run out of yarn, probably, or maybe I'll add a bit more. It's now looking like this. I think just a bit taller. And then I'll shrink this first one. I'll felt this first one in the washing machine, and then we will see. This is like a sample piece because I had the most of this yellow. I probably can get one more out of the yellow, and then I will need to do the stripy ones with all the little bits that I have. And I think I have 1 ball of pink for Sophia, because so far I have 3 balls, 2.5 balls in here. No, 3 balls. Yeah, 2.5. So 3. That's the 3rd ball. And I was thinking maybe 4 balls, 200 grams would be fine. I don't know. Just something. Just some easy knit to work while crafting with kids. We've been doing a lot of crafting. I know, not very exciting, but very practical. Very practical, and I'm using up my yarn. My deep stash, and most of them will be leftovers. Okay. I have one more whip that you have not seen before, and it's kind of a secret one. I'm working on it very late at night when Sophia is sleeping, because it's something for Sophia. Probably a gift. Oop, you can already look there. I have a basket. I have a basket with my Finnish wool. Oop! Collapsing, dropping things. Anyways, man down. I have all kind of leftovers from some sock knitting and from some sweaters. And this is not Finnish wool. This is from my Nordiska sweater. This is Bio Shetland. And all kind of things. This is Finnish wool from my woodland. This is Finnish wool from my Kadonnut Tia sweater. This is from a shawl. This is single ply. Oh, there's some Donegal. That's not Finnish. Donegal tweed from Ireland, and some Toko wool, and all kind of bits and bobs. I collect them in this basket. I have full skeins on the shelf, and then started skeins and leftovers here in this basket. And why do I have this basket? Because I started something for Sophia. There is no pattern. There is no pattern. I'm completely winging it. I'm winging it, and I'm making up my own pattern. If you remember, I was doodling all these little... Oh, it's blowing out. No, there. And some dog hair. All these little images, mostly garden themed, and some chickens and like forest garden, flowers, whatever I could think of. So I started, and I'm this far along. I have worked on it actually only 2 nights. It's in a like fingering / sport weight. I'm not sure if it's going to be thick enough. It probably will get denser once I wash it. I don't know. I was thinking plan B is if it's not thick enough, I will knit another like inner layer in a single color. But we will get to it when the color work is done. And it's kind of nice, but some bits are not very successful. Like those white things. Can you tell what they are? There's just not enough contrast. They are bunnies. And you can't really see that they are bunnies, can you? Okay, it will get better once I block it, but I think I will have to duplicate stitch over. I was thinking maybe with some fuzzy yarn. Some alpaca or mohair. What would happen if yeah, once it's done, I will duplicate stitch over my bunnies. We have a row of carrots. We have bunnies, we have some flowers and watering cans. Yeah, watering can I had to knit twice because the sprout bit was not very successful in my first version. Yes, and then there will be probably more flowers and maybe some, I don't know, butterflies. I wanted to fit mushrooms, but I think mushrooms won't fit anymore. I'll make my own with mushrooms. So I don't know. How does it look? It's a mix of yarns, and there's color work on both sides. I'm just knitting it. It can't be too tight because once you fill it with water, it needs a bit of space. But I don't know. I'll block it and then I will decide if it needs another layer inside. Like, okay, we don't put boiling hot water in. We put just like a warm water, like hot, but not boiling. I don't know. We will see. Well, I'll test it out before giving it to her. And I hope I can finish it. This would be a nice Christmas gift, or maybe I can give it to her earlier. because right now the cover is not very nice on our hot water bottle. Yes, it's that time of the year. It's cold. It's cold. I made one for our son last year for Christmas with Pokemons, but they were duplicate stitched. I don't know. If you don't remember, go back. I had it in all the way throughout Vlogmas, and then on a December of wrap-up episode I was showing it separately. So this is Sophia's. Can you see the bunnies? No, not really. I think on screen there is a bit better contrast, but a white on gray was not a good idea. But maybe I can save them somehow. Okay, yes. So that's my other secret whip. I've been hiding it. I've been taking it back to my room every evening that she would not find it, because she spots everything. She sees everything and spots everything. Okay, continuing with the Christmas theme. Yes, it's almost around the corner. It's like, what, 60 days? Less than 60 days probably till Christmas. I think it's 50 something. 58, 59? I don't know. Days till Christmas. Crazy. I've been thinking, what could I knit with my beautiful Amanita color from Nudinen. And I found a friend for it. Upside down. I found a friend for it. If you're looking for a perfect match for your Amanita, Isager silk mohair in color 32 is the perfect match. Like, could not be more perfect. And I'm gonna knit myself a little something red for Christmas. A bit bigger than a hat. Those also need to be done. I started a swatch last night. It's a mess. The reality of center pulling. Yarn barf. Don't pay attention. I started a swatch. It's not very far along, but it already gives me the idea that my gauge is massively off for a project that I want to knit. It's more like this. When I take it closer, it gets just brighter and brighter and brighter, but in real life, it's more of this color. I usually don't do well with red, but something has been happening, and my palette is changing. I can feel it. Look, I'm gonna knit myself something red, and it's not a sweater. It's a dress. Crazy? Will I manage? I don't know, but we will start. Anyway, it can also be just winter dress. But I want this so bad. I think I have just enough yarn to make it happen. I'm holding Amanita single. Luckily, it's very plump one. And then again, it's so plump that I could not meet the gauge. The gauge, I think, in a pattern. Oh yeah, what pattern? Pattern is Chestnut Dress by Petite Knit. The one I want to knit. And pattern gauge is 20 stitches and my gauge is 16. So that's quite big of a difference. I would need to recalculate all of the numbers. Or probably cast on like size small. I think medium would still give me too much ease. I need to do the math and see, like, if I need a medium with my gauge, how many centimeters? What's the circumference that I'm gonna get? I would say by the feeling probably I would need to knit small. Or I like oversized. There is no such a thing as too oversized for me personally. Okay, this one is also, this is a lot of ease. And I love it. Yes, so that's my dream knitting. Jazz fingers. Don't pay attention. Holiday mode. Yeah, let's do it in chat. I could pick up. What could I pick up? I could pick up this yellow thing. Oh, but these needles are very... They are making a lot of noise. They are clanking. I hope that won't bother you. If you're watching in a headset, I'm sorry. This makes noise. Okay. So, if you're not interested in Knit and Chat, where I talk mostly about my personal life, so thank you, and I'll see you next time. And if you are, get comfy. Let's knit and chat, or crochet, or embroider, or spin, whatever you're doing. Can you hear how noisy these are? It's like knitting on broomsticks, honestly. I haven't knit on chunky needles forever. I don't remember what was my last chunky project, but yeah. And anyway, not on a 9, no, not on 10 millimeters, like maybe on 8. Digressing. Knit and chat. So it's an autumn break week here in southern Finland. Part of the Finland already had it week before, and we are having it now, and kids have been at home, and I've been partially at home. I still have worked a few days this week. I tried. I had a long day on Wednesday, and then I was just going in for an hour or two, and not every day. I tried to take some time off because I just wanted to be with kids while they are at home. And I can't say we have done too much. We had to cancel one of our trips because my husband wasn't feeling well. So we will probably go somewhere tomorrow, but we have been doing things around here. I mean, like, not going too far, but just to town and seeing things and visiting friends and doing things at home. We did a lot of crafting, and now I forgot to bring one very important thing that my son wanted. That he wanted that I would show you. I'll go get it because he will ask if I showed it to my viewers. Yeah. Hold on. I'm back. We were crafting and then playing with like Hama beads and Legos and those plus thingies, and our son made me a little sheep with plus. You know, they are like little plastic crosses that you can make different things with figurines. And he asked everybody what they wanted, and there's a minion and a zombie and pumpkins and bats, and I asked for a sheep and he made me a sheep. And then yesterday evening he asked, are you going to show it to your viewers? I said, yes, I will. So I'm showing you my little precious sheep that will now live somewhere here. There. I just realized I forgot to show you one more thing, which is kind of also a finished object related to crafting. I'll be back. Very unorganized. Sorry. I'm all over the place today, but I'm back with pumpkins because that's what I made this week as well. I made 2. I already have the big pumpkin that I made, I don't remember, last year, maybe? That's the big, almost size of my head. Yeah, it's all from this endless yarn ball. And now the little one, and I have more yarn left. This ball has quite a story. I dyed some yellow yarn and it was not very successful long time ago. Some wool, I think Highland wool, thick Highland wool. And then I tried to knit a hat with it. Here are 2 strands of mohair in it. I think just some drops. One yellow and one like rust color. There are 3 strands of yarn. And I just rolled it all in one big ball. And I knit a hat. And it wasn't good. And I ripped it out, put it back in a ball. And now I've been knitting pumpkins with it. Like endless supply of pumpkin yarn. So I have knit a big pumpkin, I have knit a little pumpkin. This one has a stem from our old apple tree. The wind broke our old apple tree, the one with the tastiest apples that we have. The other ones are not that good. And I'm afraid we will need to chop it down in spring. Yeah, a couple of branches were broken off, so I took a little bit and made a stem in my pumpkin. And then another pumpkin is made with some thick and thin, very old white wool yarn. I'm not even sure, is it fully wool? It's from many, many years ago. And then I just added a cinnamon stick in. By the way, if you are gonna use cinnamon sticks for your pumpkins, it's nice, it smells nice. Don't buy the food grade ones because they are just way more expensive and you're not gonna use them for food. Buy the decorational ones. I managed to get a big box of them a couple of years ago from Lidl because they were selling all kind of dried bits in boxes, and I scored some cinnamon sticks, and now I have a big supply of those for all my pumpkins. There is a cinnamon stick in the big pumpkin too. So these live in our living room on the shelf next to the little ceramic houses, our little village. So I added some seasonal decorations, and I love the white one, how bumpy it is. It really looks like one of those not even bumpy pumpkins. There's a pumpkin that looks like that. You know what I'm talking about. So 2 more things I forgot to show you. Oops. Holiday brain. So yeah, we've been crafting, and today we will be making little ghosts if our clay has not dried out. I saw a tutorial on Instagram about how to make little clay ghosts. Looked fairly simple, and if the clay is not dried out, we have materials for that. So, and yeah, tomorrow we will go for a day trip to do something fun with the kids, because on Monday they are back at school and then back at work, and it's sad. Yeah, it was a fun week, quite calm. Sophia could not take that much of a holiday. We need to entertain her constantly because she needs to go to places. She can't be still in one place for a long time, or then she starts misbehaving. But we're working around that because that's how it is. And yeah, her brain is wired in a different way, and there's nothing we can do except to accommodate for it. And yeah, well, I don't know what else. Nothing much. I've been cooking all kind of autumn meals. I actually want to make vegetable soup today. Hubby hasn't made pizza this week. Maybe it could be Pizza Friday. Last week we had a Pizza Friday. We usually have that on Wednesdays when I have a long day at work. But we did something else this Wednesday. I don't remember what. I would like some pizza, if he's in the mood to cook. Yeah, we have had some strong wind. There is a tree fallen on my path to forest where I usually take my pictures and videos. Now there is a giant tree. I don't know, is anybody gonna clean it up, or do we need to clean it up ourselves, because it's right next to our house and very much on the way. Yeah, I don't know. So you will see it in my footage. It's a big tree, and we were so lucky that it didn't fall on power lines, that it fell the other direction, because on the other side of the tree are power lines. We were so lucky. And that actually was long enough probably to even fall on a house. Power lines would hold it, but I don't know. Woof! And hubby made a temporary fixing for our bird feeder. You actually saw it already last week if you've been watching carefully at the end. It's temporary, but it's better than nothing, and I'm happy. And then we've been just doing things around the house and nothing much, and I have had a bit of more knitting time because I've been at home for longer periods of time. Not like excessively much of knitting time, but yeah, I think a couple of extra hours a day, while Sophia has been busy in her own room. She loves to play in her kitchen, and then I just sit on her bed and knit. Yeah, she still needs company. She can't be alone. But it's been nice. It's been pretty much uneventful, like last week, and it's a good thing over here. Is there anything else? I'm not sure. I have a feeling I'm forgetting something, but probably not that important, or we will talk about it next time. And I'm gonna go now. They are gonna be back soon, and we should go and get groceries because it felt like they have been just eating whole week. I don't know, we ran out of food, like reasonable food that I can cook. There's still like porridge and potatoes but nothing. Yeah. need to do meal planning and keep working on my shawl as well. And I have only had 1 cup of coffee today. Outrageous. We had Karelian pies for breakfast, and I think there is none left, and I'm really craving one. They are like little pies with the rice filling. Very delicious. Yeah. I'm gonna say goodbye now because I can't figure out what's the thing I'm forgetting. Probably something. If you know, let me know. Did I forget to talk about something? Anyways, and thank you so much for being here. Sun is coming out. Look at that. Thank you for all the lovely comments. I always try to read through all of them, and I really enjoy your company. I'm wishing you a lovely weekend or week ahead whenever you're watching this, and take care, craft a lot, and I'll see you next week. Heippa!